Alrighty, we're all in a nice relaxed seated position. Eyes are closed. Hands are in the chin mudra. All together, inhale, bringing hands to heart center. Sharing the pranava 3 times, take a breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sharing the shorter version 3 times with the Guru Mantra. Take a breath in. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Open the eyes, exhale, release the pose. Okay, I think it's the same group that did the first half-hour sessions. So what I'd like to do is come onto our back. And as we're doing the spinal twist, let's think about opening up the shoulders because we just use our pectorals quite a lot in all the knees, chest, chin, planks, and things like that. So remember, once we come into position, it's about moving the arm up and down like this, sliding along the mat to free up the shoulder joint. So coming into a supine position. Extend the arms out to the side. Take a look, let's make sure that our palms are in line with our shoulders. Legs are active. All together, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, float knees right over the hips. Look at your position, you can lift your head. Knees and hips are in position. More or less your knees are in line with your ankles. This is the 90-degree angle that we want to do our best to keep in our spinal twist. All right, this time your head is going to follow the knees to the right. Take a breath in. As you exhale, go ahead, let the knees fall to the right. You look at what's happening. Now, for the majority of us, what has happened is that my top leg is no longer stacked up over my right leg. So the knees are now no longer in position, which means that my hip is a bit open. It's no longer squared and stacked up. So I'm going to right now roll over on my right hip just a little bit more so that my knees are stacked. Take that top hand, let it touch your bottom hand in front. As you inhale, lift the top hand up towards the sky, which is going to allow you to drop the head most likely. Keep looking at your knees to the right as you exhale and allow that left arm to fall behind you. Now, if it doesn't fall all the way down to the ground with your knees stacked up, that just means that we want to do a little bit more opening through the spine, okay? Now, wherever your arm is, leave it there and simply bring the head towards the sky and then to the left. And you're going to see a slightly more opening through the left shoulder and left pectoral. From here, to lengthen those pectorals, that left arm, as you inhale, slide it up over your head. The back of the hand is on the mat or facing the mat. As you exhale, reverse that motion, bringing that left arm down and towards your feet. very slow. Let's do it again. Inhale, come up. And exhale down. All right, I'm going to ask you to do it on your own. And let's see if we can inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds. All right, go ahead on your own. All right, I've got one more to do and then I'll meet you. All right, let's bring our arms so that it's extended out from the shoulder. Very, very gently turn your head and look at your knees. Are they still stacked up? If not, make a little bit of an adjustment. And then very slowly and gently let the head fall back to the left. Now let's inhale and bring our arm to the point where we feel the most tension, either in the joint or the pectorals. Hold it there. Now, of course, if you're feeling a lot of pinching in your back, I would rather that you let the knees slide a little bit so they're not stacked up, or even relieve the angle of your shoulder, okay? You don't want to be in horrible, horrible pain. But you do want to give your body a chance to lengthen and release some of that tension. Four, three, two, one. As you inhale, that left arm, inhale and bring it up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring that left palm to meet the right, and of course turn your head towards the right now too, because you're rolling over onto the right shoulder just a little bit. But stay here, just give a little break to that left shoulder. All right, inhale, let's roll over once more, bringing the left arm up. Your head is following the path of your hand up towards the sky. Exhale, follow your hand as the left arm comes down to the left. And hold wherever you are. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently turn your head to the right. Look where your knees are. Now maybe they slid a little bit, mine did. But definitely when I started, there was probably a 3-inch gap between the left and the right. And now there's barely an inch. So you don't have to be robotically perfect when you're holding these poses and trying to keep your knees stacked up. But if you just put a little bit of mindfulness in it, you will see progress. So very slowly, let's bring our head back to neutral position as we come and bring our knees over our hips. So take a breath in, exhale, contract, tilt. Let's roll over to center. Let's stay right here. Because for some of us, there was quite a lot of lengthening through the obliques also. And so I just want to give that a chance to kind of fall back into place on my left side. Okay, let's mirror what we did on the other side. So take a breath in. As you exhale, let the knees fall to the left. Your head is following the knees left. Watch what's going on. And once you get down, just sort of observe and say, uh-huh. For some of you, your knees are nicely stacked up. For others, not so much. At this point, that right hand that's behind you, go ahead, lift it up towards the sky. As you exhale, you're going to roll over on the left hip, bringing the right hand to meet the left hand. Stack your knees up. Right hand, inhale, bring it up back towards the sky, allowing the head now to fall back on the mat. Keep looking at your knees. As you exhale, allow that right arm to drop back behind you. Let's hold here. So you're going to feel, if your arm doesn't come all the way back, you feel a little bit of lengthening through the pectorals or maybe through the shoulder, or perhaps it's along the obliques, the abdominal obliques, or in the spine. From here, inhale, bring the right arm up behind you, back of the hand towards the mat. As you exhale, release it down towards your hips. All right, let's do this 5 times and a nice slow count again. If it feels more comfortable, you can keep looking toward the left, or you can bring your head to neutral position, looking at the sky, or even looking towards the right. For me, I find it's more helpful to look to the right, but everyone is a little bit different. So you have options. Another helpful hint here is to really extend from your heart center through the fingertips. That helps to elongate all those muscle fibers throughout the arm, and the ones that pass from the pectorals over the shoulder girdle, the shoulder joint. The more you extend the arm away from your body, the more opening you're going to feel in that shoulder joint. So really think about extending out. Okay, I've got one more to do. And then let's inhale our arm to the point where we want to have the most release the tension. Let's hold. Don't be shy about changing this position. If we can't hold it for as long as the group is doing, you can move it. I just did. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, let's bring the arm so that it is extended out from the shoulder in our normal position that we hold this pose. From here, as you inhale, lift the right arm up towards the sky, slightly rolling over towards the left. And then exhale, bring that right palm right on top of the left. And once more, look at your knees. Reversing, inhale, bring the right arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, allow the right arm to come down to the right side and your head gently now tilting to look to the right. Hold here. If it doesn't cause pain, go ahead and gently turn to the left and look at your knees and say, yay. And then exhale, look back to the right. Coming out of the pose, take a breath in. As you exhale, contract, tilt, float the knees back to center. Hold here. Inhale, hands to your knees. Exhale, knees to chest. Relax. Ooh, really lengthen that spine. Do your best to have the coccyx, the very base of the spine, right on the mat. You can take your arm and you can feel that bone. Have it as close to the mat as you can. And knees to chest, relax the shoulders wide onto the mat. Chin should be in a neutral position. Let's hold here. Coming into happy baby pose, you want to flex your ankles, bring your hands inside your knees, grab your big toes if possible, or your shins or the back of your thighs, and open up into happy baby pose. Hold here. So what we're really trying to do our best is to have our hips open and then a nice angle from ankle to knee here. And the foot should be flat, the bottom of your foot facing the sky. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, open up into a straddle, extending those knees. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, come back into the original baby pose, happy baby. Inhale, extend the knees this time, bringing your legs together. So your legs are together, right over your head or right over your hips. Hold here. Now look at your feet. Sometimes, especially for the people who have really lots of flexibility in their ankles, your ankles are turned in or turned out. So let's be careful that we have a nice flat foot facing the sky. The ankles are not turned in or turned out. They're nicely over the bones that lead up to the knee and the knee that leads to the hips. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leave your legs where they are. Go ahead, release the hands out to the sides. Palms up. Bend both knees once more. Bringing your knees over your hips. Spinal twist to the right, take a breath in. As you exhale, knees look right, you look left. Hold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go to the other side. Take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, float to center, and then all the way to the other side. Hold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to center. Take a breath. Exhale, contract, tilt, float to center. Go ahead, let's bring our hands to our knees. In this position, let's see if we can roll up, and at the top, let's just extend the legs and come into Dandasana. Take a breath. Exhale, roll, extend, Dandasana. Hold here. In fact, let's just bring our hands to our thighs and have a nice straight posture. Relax the legs. Remember, the thighs do nothing. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to be on our belly, bringing our heel to our buttocks. If you cannot do this with your hand, that's where you have your belt. All right, we'll do the right foot first. So if you want the aid of a belt, go ahead and put your belt on the right foot and then lay down on your belly, which is my right here. All right, so we're on our stomach. You can just cross your forearms in front of you if you want, and put your forehead on the wrist or the forearm, whatever's comfortable for you right now. We're going to start with our legs as wide as the mat. So feel the edge of the mat, find the distance of your feet there. Now, for some, depending on your back, it's more comfortable to have your forehead resting on your forearm like we are right now. For others, it's much nicer to have your head all the way down, forehead on the mat. So you figure out what's good for you. As you inhale, go ahead, bend that right knee, and let's bring the heel of the right foot towards the buttocks. Now remember, when this happens, if we do not have already the lengthening in the front of the leg, it's going to cause our hip point to come off the mat rather than staying nicely squared on the mat. If that happens, then that's the fun part. That's for you to play with how much do I bring that heel towards my buttocks without losing the integrity of my hip points, okay? Let's stay here. Hold. Breathe. Now, I know some of you are competitive with yourselves. So you may be tempted to really, really bring that heel towards your buttocks, but in doing so, you're introducing tension. So again, this is a great time to play. Okay, where can I bring that heel? How far towards my buttocks without introducing so much tension that that's all I'm thinking about? Let's hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, One, as you exhale, very gently release. If you're using a belt, go ahead and let's change to the other foot. I know it's hard since we're laying down, so take your time, figure it out. And then left side, inhale, go ahead, bend that left knee, grab the foot or the belt. Ooh, ouchie. And bring that heel towards the buttocks. Again, great opportunity to play with your own awareness. How to relax and find the lengthening at the same time, keeping the hip points equally weighted against the mat. Do your best to keep your breath nice and rhythmic. That's going to help relax any tension that you're feeling in the body. Your breath is your bridge. That's the messenger bridge between the muscular contraction and all those messenger nerves going up to your brain saying, help, this doesn't feel good. So the slower we breathe, the more rhythmically we breathe, the slower those messenger nerves are going up and down to the brain. And they're finally just going to let go and say, okay, fine. Go ahead and stretch, relax. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you exhale, gently release. All right, let's bring our legs together now. And we might as well do the left side so you don't have to change your belt if you're using a belt. So my legs are together. Plus is a little different position of the hips, right? Or the femur, I should say, within the hip joint. Okay, left leg. Inhale, bend that left leg, grab the foot or belt. And let's bring the heel towards the buttocks. Again, play with this. Doing your best to keep the hips equally on the mat. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come out, take a breath. Exhale, gently release the left foot down. It's right next to your right foot. Right foot, ready? Oh wait, switch over your belt, sorry. Okie doke. Inhale, bend that right knee, and let's bring the right heel to the butt. If you find this very simple and easy, then go ahead and that same energy that we use in a cobra pose, where you are slightly bringing your hip bones down into the mat, go ahead and do that, and that will also add just a smidgen more of length to the hip flexors, in the low abdomen over the pelvis, and to the quadriceps, the front of the thigh. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming out, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, gently release. Bring the right leg back down. All right, let's Put the belt around both feet if possible. And let's start with the legs apart again, as wide as the mat. Alrighty. Bending both knees. As you inhale, bend both knees. Grab your belt or ankles or feet. And let's bring those heels towards the buttocks. Again, remember, if this is easy for you, easy to achieve, then just bring a little extra oomph to it by bringing the hip points even a little bit more pressure into the mat. But remember that pressure is coming from that very low back muscle, rather than introducing tension into the thighs to do it. It's the same focus that we have in a cobra pose. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To release, take a breath in. Exhale, gently release both legs. All right, let's bring our legs together. Adjust your belt as needed. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Alrighty. Inhale, bend both knees. So your heels and toes should be touching. Your knees are close together, if not touching. And then go ahead. Let's bring those heels to the buttocks. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath, exhale, release. Let's bring our hands underneath us so we can push back into Vajrasana, sitting on our heels. Close your eyes, lengthen the back. In this position, let's bring our arms into Garuda Asana. Extend the arms out to the sides, roll the shoulders up and back, turn the palms up. Inhale the arms up overhead. Now, as we exhale, turn the palms down. As you exhale, the right arm is going to come underneath the left, crossing at the elbows in front of you. Palms are both down. Go ahead, bring the back of the hands together. And now if you can, cross at the wrists and bring the palms of your hands together. And then bring the elbows down, doing your best to have your hands right in front of your nose. Now for some, you're going to be palm to palm. For others, you're going to be like me. I'm sort of more in the middle of my palm touching because I can't move my wrist in that direction. But wherever you are, that's great. Both here. Close your eyes. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, forward fold, take a breath in. As you exhale, simply bend at the hips and come down as far as you can. Your elbows are going to hit your thighs at some point. At that point, go ahead and just hold there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you can, keep your arms exactly where they are, but push your elbows away from your body. So maybe now your elbows can touch the mat in front of your knees and come down a little further. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. To come out of this position, lift the head, lengthen the back. Now use your core. As you inhale, come up. Try and keep the arms exactly where they are. So now you can see that your elbows are more or less in line with your shoulders as you came up. As you exhale, release the shoulders back down towards the belly button. Alrighty, let's do that whole thing again. Take a breath in. As you exhale, forward fold, elbows are near the stomach and they're resting on your thighs. Take a breath in. As you exhale, extend the elbows away from the body. See if you can rest them on the mat in front of your knees. Drop the head. Coming out, inhale, lift the head to lengthen the back. Keeping that angle of your elbows and your shoulders exactly as it is, use your core muscles. Inhale, rise up. Sitting back onto our heels once more. And exhale, return the elbows towards the navel. Beautiful. Release the hands, shake it out a little bit. Alrighty, opposite side, extend the arms to the outside, roll the shoulders up and back. Open the palms. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, reverse the palms, cross the arms in front of you, but this time the left arm is underneath the right. You're crossing at the elbow. As you inhale, bring your hands back of palm to back of palm. Now cross the wrist once more so that the palm is to the palm. Bring the elbows down. Do your best to have your elbows and wrists in a nice straight line running down the middle of your body. Hold. If you put a little more pressure, bringing your elbows down, you're going to feel a nice opening of space in the shoulders, upper shoulders and neck. Sometimes even crossing over from the shoulder to the side of the bicep. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold, take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Elbows are resting on the thighs. Relax the head. Take a breath in. As you exhale, release the elbows forward. Let's see if we can rest them on the mat. Tuck the head. So now the elbows, the forearms, the side of your hands are on the mat. Let's just stay here. Feels good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Maintain that angle between elbow and shoulder. Use the core muscles. Inhale, rise up. At the top, we can see our elbows are in line with our shoulders. Take a breath in. Exhale, release the elbows towards the navel. Repeating, take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Take a breath in. Exhale, elbows come forward and then rest on mat in front of your knees. Forearm is on the mat, edge of your hand is on the mat. Relax the head. Coming back up, trying our best to keep that nice angle between the shoulder and the elbow. Lift the head, lengthening the back. Use your core muscles. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release the elbows down. Exhale, release the pose, shake it out a little bit. And let's sit in a nice straddle position. Seated straddle position. Again, if you're used to using a belt to help you when you're doing head to knee pose, go ahead and put your belt on your left foot. If you're not used to using a belt, you don't need to use one, okay? All right, most important is when you are in any seated position, remember, and we're doing forward folds, your torso has to be really aligned over your pelvis and your sit bones. Otherwise, it is impossible to hinge from the hips and go forward or sideways. So if you need to put a little cushion underneath your butt, go ahead. Let's turn to the left, hands on either side of the knee, roll the shoulders up and back. Take a quick look at your right foot, left foot. You have a nice soft flexion in the ankle. The toes are pointing up, the knee is pointing up, and both seat bones are equally on the mat. From here, now we're in position to do a forward fold. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let's come down. And let's hold. Remember, there's a tendency to lift this right hip off the mat. Keep it on the mat as you come down. Let's hold here. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To come out, hands are on either side of your foot, or your foot, your shin, your knee. Lift the head, lengthen the back. Use the support of your hands as you inhale, rise up. So now we're sitting nicely on our sits bones, face forward. Let's go to the other side, hands on either side of the knee, roll the shoulders up and back. Really lengthen that torso. Take a breath in. As you exhale, walk those hands down your leg. Take your time. Ever so often, you may feel that your left hip is coming up off the ground. Recenter yourself and then keep going down. Lengthening to the best of our ability, back over that right leg. Hold here. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. To come out, use your hands, lift the head, lengthen the back, and then with the support of your hands, inhale, come all the way up. Face forward. Okay, as we've spoken about before, sometimes it's not our hamstring that is limiting our forward fold in this position. It's actually a little imbalance in the muscles on the right side and the left side of the back. I know that's my case. So one of the best things to do to balance that out is to do a revolved forward fold here. So to do that, take the left hand, pass it in front of you, either to the right thigh or the right knee, or even just here on the right side of the mat next to your right thigh. But you're still squared off forward. right arm. Bring it to the side, open up the palm. Inhale that right arm up behind you. As you exhale, drop the shoulders, try and square off here. This is a forward fold towards the left side. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to try and keep your torso facing forward as you come down. Now, at some point, there's going to be a tendency to roll that right shoulder down towards the mat. Do your best to keep the armpit up towards the sky. This is going to give you a really nice lengthening through the right side of the body. You can use the left elbow as an anchor to keep your body in that little bit of a half twist. All right, hold here. There's also a tendency to lean back. Try and keep nicely balanced over the sits bones. You can look down if it's bothering your neck, that's no big deal. So here the focus is not so much on just coming all the way down and having your head touch your knee or something like that. The focus is to see in a revolved position, how much opening can I get on the side of my body, all the way down to the right buttocks. Holding here, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As we inhale, come all the way up, right arm comes up towards the sky, and then exhale, release. Opposite side. Take your right hand, cross it in front of the body, towards the left leg. Extend the left arm out to the side, open up the palm. Inhale the arm up. As you exhale, drop the shoulder. You're nicely squared off. You feel really nicely centered over those seat bones. As you exhale, you're bending towards the right, doing your best to keep your left armpit up towards the sky. As you find this really nice stretch on the left side, anchor through that left leg, anchor through those sit bones. Because as you're anchoring there through the pelvis, you can stretch and lengthen the right side of the body. Do your best not to roll your shoulders so that you're also lengthening through the spine. I find it very helpful to make sure that I have flexion in my ankles. That also anchors me into position. I also find it easier on this side to have my head looking down at my right knee. So I can really focus on opening up through my left obliques, all the way down through the left side on my back muscles. I can feel it all the way down through my lower back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, very carefully rise up. Left arm is up towards the sky. As you exhale, release the left hand down, bring your legs together, shake it out just a little bit. And if you have your block or your cushion, let's come into a really relaxing, supported waterfall pose. So on your back, you just put the block underneath your back. Again, figure out between the lower back, in line with the sits bones, in line with the coccyx, where it is comfortable to lift your feet up towards the sky, where there's absolutely no tension on the back. Once you're in position, remember you don't move your head from side to side. If you feel comfortable, go ahead, hang on to that block or cushion the whole time. Also, you can always do this with your knees bent, it's all good. What we're trying to do is come into a beautiful position for the spine to simply relax. Of course, if you feel in really good balance, you can extend the arms out to the side, palms up, or even extend the arms behind you, palms up. Do your best to make sure your head is in a neutral position. And let's hold here. We're going to stay here for a while, so don't be afraid to bend your knees or move your arm position as needed. Just don't move your head. To come out of this pose, bring your hands back to your cushion, bend the knees, plant the feet on the mat behind you, so you can gently lift up your hips and put the block out of the way. And then let's sit up, coming into Vajrasana once more, so we're sitting on our heels. Now, the next position I'd like to do, if you have a cushion, it's best. If you have a blanket that you can kind of roll up, maybe double it, because what we want to do is lay our back over it, okay? So what I'd like to do is sit in Vajrasana. Again, this is really going to stretch out the hip flexors and the front of the thighs. Now, already, if this is challenging because of your knee, maybe there's some tightness here, remember you can put a block underneath your butt. Already that has relieved the pressure in my hips and my knees. You can also widen your knees as wide as the mat. From here, I'm going to lean back. So I like to have my cushion behind me. I use my hands and then my forearms as I lean back. And now my hip flexors are open. I have less pressure on my knees because I have a block underneath my butt. My knees are as wide as the mat. And I can extend my arms out to the side. So I'm going to meet you in this position. If this is not for you, because of your knee or your ankle or whatever, why don't you just go, not why don't you? Please come into Savasana and enjoy Savasana, okay? So you choose what is good for you. We're just gonna stay in this for one more minute before we too are going to go into Savasana. All right, if you're in this supine position, to come up, bring your hands towards your feet so that your elbows and forearms are on the ground to help support you as you tuck the chin and then just start rolling up. Use your hands and forearms as support as you sit once more, right in between your heels. And then you can come up and lay down. If you can enjoy Savasana a little bit longer, have a great day. See you tomorrow. If we're ready to come up, let's just observe our breath for 2 breaths. Observe the movement of your mind. No judgment, just kind of see where your thoughts are going or not going. And then let's bring movement to the toes and ankles. And let's do our best to bring our mind's focus to that movement rather than daydreaming. Let's just think about the movement of the body, of the fingers and wrists. Think about what you're doing. Let your mental focus now go to the knees and elbows, shoulders and hips. Staying here with the body's movements. letting the focus, your mental focus and thoughts follow those movements to the back, neck, head. And then all together, let's roll over onto our right side. With the help of your hands, push up. Let's come to a seated position. Hands are in chin mudra, nice relaxed hips, anchoring ourselves to the ground as we rise up nice and lightly through the lengthened spine. Bring your mental focus to your heart. As you inhale, bring hands to heart center. Sharing the pranava one time together, take a breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Exhale and let's bow down to the teacher within. Inhale, come back up. Open your eyes, you're in full awareness. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody. Have